And please could I have one blue small tray of savoury crackers?
Savoury crackers.
Yeah, great. Okay, Jonathan, please could I have 5 boxes of the tinned mackerel in tomato from the pallet just there? Magda, please could I have 2 boxes of lettuce from fridge 4, please? We receive food that otherwise would go to waste, so it's become surplus, whether it's that the kind of distribution level or the farm level, the supermarket level, or the kind of end of day things, so cafes as well that maybe have like sandwiches and pastries and things. So yeah, so across the food chain, and then we're able to sort it here and then redistribute it to places across the city. We are currently redistributing about 500 tonnes of food every year, so yeah, about 10 tonnes of food a week.
At the moment, this is just coming off this truck over here, which is a delivery, and what we will do is sort it into sections, and then the stuff that needs to go into the fridges will go into the fridge. We'll just check the dates as well to make sure they're stored correctly, because obviously the stuff that comes in that has a shorter date will need to go out first. The amount of food that goes to waste, I think, is crazy. And to be able to be involved in something which is in my community, I think is super important.
I started about 15 months ago, sort of volunteering, and I love it. It's hard work physically, which is quite good. You're working with a very sort of mixed group of people, so some really nice people here, in a sense of doing something worthwhile. You know, we all throw food away, and every time I do at home I feel bad about it, but when you see the scale of stuff that sort of does get chucked away, that you're doing something to, something to try and minimise that, to reduce that, and also getting it to people who need it. You know, we go to food banks, to church groups, drop-in centres, all sorts of places, and you can see, it's doing some good.
The quality of the food is very high, and for a lot of the time there's no reason why that needs to have become surplus. It's perfectly edible, lots of it is really nutritious, which is really nice to be able to provide a really wide variety to projects, and it doesn't have to be that people that are vulnerable only have access to either high sugar or high fat.
Just going into places that I wouldn't normally go into, interesting to see, the extent of the food banks, even in places that you wouldn't expect it, like Lewis.
Okay, Steph, please could I have 4 cases of pesto jars from next door, please?
And you can see it's quite a jolly community here. People work together, and in the team there are people like me. There are the professionals. There are people who are getting into work, getting experience to move on. It's a good, it's quite a fun half day, even though, as you can see, it's quite hard work, physically hard work, yeah.
So we have 95 approximately regular volunteers, and they each come in on the same day every week for a minimum of 4 hours. We wouldn't be able to do any of the stuff that we do without them. So they sort the food, they drive the forklift to get the stuff off the vans, they count it all, they weigh it all, they store it in the fridges, they pick it for the deliveries. A huge, really wonderful group of people. Somewhere, maybe upstairs, I think would be good, yeah.
What I feel, what I'm doing is amazing, It's a very community center here as well, feeling here with this, all the volunteers and etc. They are all laughing, and there's no tears and there's no moaning, and cup of tea and a biscuit, and here we go. Yes, it's lovely. What I feel is not when it comes from a feeling, it comes from the heart. I feel that, and I want to do more.